The story begins on a cold December night in 2004. Dr. Lewis Scherer is on London's last train before Christmas, heading home with his young son, Max. Exhausted from his demanding job and the struggles of single parenthood after losing his wife, Lewis drifts off in his seat. Max, full of energy, plays with his toy dinosaur, occasionally interrupting his father's rest. Far from being annoyed, Lewis indulges his son's antics, a tender reminder of their bond, despite life's challenges. But as the train rattles along the tracks, Lewis gets a call from the hospital, asking for advice on a patient. Leaving Max momentarily, he steps into another carriage to take the call. When he returns, he finds Max chatting with a fellow passenger, a kind woman named Sarah. Max accidentally spills coffee on Sarah's coat, but she laughs it off. Grateful for her understanding, Lewis apologizes, and the two strike up a conversation. Sarah's warm demeanor contrasts with Lewis's reserved nature, but they connect over shared experiences and a mutual understanding of life's complexities. As the train moves deeper into the night, Lewis notices a man named Jan performing a magic trick for Max. Jan's tricks are harmless fun, but his slightly erratic behavior hints at deeper layers. Meanwhile, tension brews as another passenger, a businessman named Carl, grows increasingly agitated about the train's delays. Suddenly, the calm is shattered when Max ventures too close to a door and accidentally opens it. Lewis rushes to pull him back just in time, his anger flaring as he scolds Max for his carelessness. Yet moments later, Lewis softens, explaining the dangers while reassuring his son of his love. At the next stop, Lewis notices another suspicious passenger tampering near the train brakes. Before he can act, Sarah steps off to buy a coat, leaving him distracted. She soon returns and their conversation deepens, revealing Sarah recently ended a toxic relationship. For a brief moment, the train ride feels lighter, until everything spirals out of control. The train speeds past its scheduled stop, sparking panic among the passengers. Lewis tries to contact the conductor, but the intercom offers only cryptic responses. He discovers the conductor's cab locked, heightening his suspicions. With Carl's help, Lewis pulls the emergency brakes, but nothing happens. The truth becomes clear. The train is no longer under the control of its original conductor. An imposter's at the helm, and the brakes have been sabotaged. Desperate, Lewis and the passengers piece together the situation. They suspect the imposter killed the real conductor and sabotaged the train. Their fears deepen when Lewis spots the man he saw earlier wearing a reflective vest similar to railway workers. Could this man be the mastermind? With time running out, the group devises a daring plan. Uncouple the rear carriages to slow the train. John volunteers for the dangerous task, climbing outside the speeding train. Battling the wind and the train's breakneck speed, he struggles with the coupler. Just as it seems he might succeed, the train enters a narrow tunnel, forcing him to retreat. Meanwhile, the police attempt to stop the train by placing barricades on the tracks, but the sheer power of the locomotive smashes through them. The passengers, now more determined than ever, turn to Lewis for guidance. Amidst the chaos, Lewis reassures Max, playing a game of Simon Says, to subtly prepare him for impact. Simon Says, lean forward, hands behind your head, and close your eyes, he instructs, masking his fear with calm authority. In the final stretch, Lewis improvises a new plan. Using a fire extinguisher, he creates a makeshift explosive to sever the connection between the train's carriages. With flames engulfing the area, Carl steps in to help, but tragedy strikes when he falls through the gap. The explosion succeeds, separating the passenger cars from the speeding engine. The survivors manage to activate the rear handbrake, finally bringing the train to a halt. As the dust settles, Lewis emerges from the wreckage, reuniting with Max and the other passengers. A police helicopter circles overhead, but the mysterious imposter's motives remain unknown. For Lewis, this harrowing night reaffirms the fragility of life and the strength of the human spirit. He may be battered and bruised, but he's alive and ready to face whatever comes next. If you enjoyed this thrilling recap, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more gripping stories from the world of cinema.